You may have heard saving a few pennies here or saving a few dollars here doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things. I mean, housing costs are so expensive. My car payment is huge. I would beg to differ. That saving in those small areas actually is big in the grand scheme of things, because if your housing costs are that large and you do have these debt payments, then maybe you can't get rid of those right now. So all you have is saving on your day-to-day. And when you start saving on your day-to-day and you start doing these small things, you will watch very quickly that they snowball. They start adding up faster than you can anticipate, and your habits start getting better as well. The point of these lists are to give you some diverse ideas of ways that you can save little bits here and there. Some of them are larger than others. Some of them you may already do. Some of them may not be applicable to you in that particular stage of your life, and that's okay. But if you can take a few of them away from this video, then watching it was worth your time. So in this video, I'm going to talk about 20 new diverse ideas that you can use to save money. Number 1, see if your bank is charging you fees. I'm not talking about overdraft fees. I'm talking about just solid fees for keeping your money there. This happened to me about 8 years ago. I had been with this particular bank for years, and they changed it where they started charging me exactly $11. Where $11 came from, I have no idea, if I didn't keep a minimum of $500 in my account. I thought, excuse me, what are you saying? You're gonna start charging me? That's not the case. So I very quickly packed up my things and left. It didn't matter if it was only $11, that was $11 that I didn't need to give you for holding on to my money and making me put a minimum in the account. Today, there are banks that are actually paying people to bring their money. They're giving you bonus money up front to put your money in their account. So check in to make sure your bank is not charging you any fees. Number 2 is to cut back on your skincare routine. And I don't mean not taking care of your skin. Several years ago, I found myself inundated with watching beauty videos on YouTube, all the latest and greatest skincare as I started getting older and going, oh, what do I need? What do I need? And then all these things that are marketed to us that we need to make us look younger, to make us brighter so that we can look like that airbrushed picture on Instagram. Several years ago, I found this for my skin. My skin is combination oily dry, just really depends. And this worked out so wonderfully, and I've talked about it before on my channel. I am still using it several years later. It is the Neutrogena Oil-Free Acne Wash, and this costs about $9.99, $10 is what I can usually find it for. And then after that, so I use that morning and night, I use the CeraVe, however you want to pronounce it, the Skin Renewing Night Cream. I use this in the morning and at night. I can usually find this one anywhere from around $12.50 to around $15, just depending. These two are the only skincare products I now use. I tried so many, and they are very inexpensive relative to what is currently out on the market. So I encourage you to take a look at what you're using. A lot of times we overdo it, and if we simplified it, our skin would be better. Number 3, if you're watching this at the beginning of the year, this is the perfect time. It doesn't even matter if it's after the beginning of the year. Go ahead and do it anyway. If it's June and you're watching this, do it. But plan your purchases. I like to pull out a calendar and look at the year ahead. What do I have coming up? Now, I do budget monthly, but I like to look further ahead because that helps me determine what I might need to start saving for and when. What you can do is go through your calendar, write down important things that you know are coming up or that you want to do this year. You know that washing machine is on its last leg, so guess what? I need to make sure I have X amount in my account, so I need to save this much money. Maybe I need to find out when washing machines are the best deal generally, and go ahead and start getting an idea of what I might like so I'm not caught off guard. This is a great way to sit down and plan for the things you can. Now, we all know that there are unexpected things that come up, but if we can plan for what we know, plan for the known things, then we can be way further ahead and not as caught off guard by the known things when we're caught off guard enough by the unknown things that come up. Number 4 is to make saving money a game. If you make anything a game, pun intended, I am game. There is just something about a game and a challenge that when you pair it with something that's good for you, makes it so much easier to do. So maybe you say, everybody, here's what we're doing. The challenge is we're going to spend not $100 or $150 at the grocery store every week. That's it. We're going to cut it. How low can we go? And you go to the grocery store and you have a calculator and you see how inexpensive you can get out of there. Even if you go a little bit over, you certainly did try your hardest. And for the days or the weeks that you do get below 100, great. Perhaps you do a no spend weekend every single year. This year, at every last weekend of the month, we're going to do a no spend weekend. Now, the challenge is that somebody in the household has to come up with the most creative thing that you could do for free. Scouring the internet for free events in your area, coming up with the most creative idea, dinner and fun planned game night or movie night to have at home. When you can make something like this a challenge and a game at the same time, you will succeed and you will have a heck of a lot of fun. Remember, I said these ideas were all going to be very diverse. So number 5, we're switching over to taking care of your clothes. Take care of your clothes. We all can see that the quality of clothing, no matter how much you spend on it, has gone down considerably. It is what it is. What can we then control? I like to say control what you can. The one thing you can control is how you treat your clothes. Not using as much detergent. You do not have to use exactly what is on the recommended amount. In fact, you probably shouldn't for just clothes that you wear day to day. Now, maybe you have a job where you're in construction and there's dirt everywhere, or a restaurant, or you work at a vet, or you do work out really, really hard and your clothes are really stinky. Okay, whatever you gotta do in that situation. But recently I heard about somebody who legitimately puts 3 Tide Pods in their washing machine so that their clothes can smell better. I know, caught me off guard too. I just kind of kept my mouth shut in this situation, but what that does is actually breaks down those fibers. And FYI too, the lint in your dryer, guess what that is? It's fibers from your clothing. So seeing the lint is not always a good thing. Maybe you dry them just for 5 to 10 minutes just to get that little bit of softness, and then you hang them up to get as long and the longevity out of them as we can. Number 6 is to do a big declutter, which is one thing I'm actually really excited I'm going to do here in the next couple of weeks, a huge declutter. This is an event for me, but the best thing about this is not only might you find something that you can sell to make extra money, you're going to also rediscover things. And also, just decluttering your house and having it more organized and more open and serene. For example, you walk into a hotel, there's not a lot of stuff there. You go, oh, so nice and beautiful, so simple. Well, when you don't have a lot of things there, a lot of clutter, you feel this serenity and this peace around you. So you could make money by selling your clutter. You could, 2, rediscover what you already have so you don't have to go buy new things to get that happiness feeling. And then 3, you'll have a more serene place because there's not so much stuff vying for your attention all the time. Number 7 is something that is becoming huge and has just exploded. Have you seen the buy now, pay later? Now, I'm not talking about layaway. Does anybody raise your hand? Let me know in the comments down below. Remember layaway. I remember my mother doing this. You would go and in the store, I don't remember what store you could do it at. It was when I was way younger. I was a little kid, and you would get a hold of the stuff that you wanted. You would take it and they would store it in the store. You would leave a certain amount of money, and then you would come back whenever you had another chunk of money and another chunk of money. But when you paid it off completely, you could then get the things. So maybe they were on sale at that time, or you might worry about it being sold out. You could lay them away, but you didn't get them immediately and pay them in payments. And if you never came back and got the thing, then they just got to keep your money. But now this buy now, pay later thing, you can buy now, pay later on a $10 item on Amazon, which is crazy to me. The issue with this is it causes you to think you can afford it. It causes you to overspend. The fact is, if you forget about 1, 2, or 3 of these buy now, pay laters and the payments that are going to pop up on the account, the credit card or the bank account that you put them on, and then you overdraft your account because you didn't realize all that money was coming out, now you have fees on top of fees. I honestly think it should be buy now, hope you can pay later, because you're buying it now, hoping that you still have a job and that you still have money coming in so you can pay the thing later that you've already gotten. Number 8 is something of a mindset shift, okay? So rather than saying to yourself, how much can I save or how much am I saving? Say to yourself, how much am I spending? We can get into this habit of looking for a good deal, but if we spend and buy 30 things, and yeah, we saved some money on all of them, we still spent money. Truly saving money is thinking about what you don't spend on or what you won't spend on. So change that mindset, because when we think about frugal things, we think about getting things for a deal. And just because we got something from a deal doesn't mean we're going to save money unless it's something we had already planned, we needed, we researched, and we really, really did get a good deal and it was in the budget. So switch that thinking. Don't think about it as saving. Think about it as how much am I spending? Number 9, when we talk about spending, always look for a coupon before you shop. And somebody had an issue with how I say coupon in another video. They said I should say coupon. Well, I like the way I say it. You know what I mean, so I'm going to stick with how I say it, which is coupon. So again, always look for a coupon when you shop. But here's the caveat. Don't shop because you have a coupon. Just because you have a coupon for it doesn't mean you need it. Number 10 is to plan your meals better. Not only will you eat healthier, which saves you money in the long run, but you will save money and you will waste less food. The thing is that the average US household currently wastes about 30+% of food a year. So think about that. In relative terms, if you spend $100 a week at the grocery store, you're wasting about $30. Now that might seem like a lot to you, but again, this is gathered over time. You might be on the lower end, you could be on the higher end of that. But either way, we know that there is significant food waste. I get there are people that don't like to meal plan. If that's the case though, I understand that grocery store prices are high and you want to complain about that. I get it, sucks, they are high. But you can't control that. You can only control what you can control, which is yourself and what you can do. And what I'm letting you know is, if you can take the time to meal plan, you will see a difference in how much you actually spend at the grocery store and how much less waste you have. Number 11 is one that is just running away with our money, and it is these subscriptions. And I'm just saying, maybe you should limit your subscriptions. Let me tell you about a JD Power survey from 2022, so it's probably even higher now. They surveyed people with streaming services, and 60% of those people had 4 or more streaming services, like video, TV, I don't know, Netflix, Hulu kind of a thing, services. They were signed up for all of them. You know, we're trying to save money by cutting cable, but then we add on top of it 4 or 5 streaming services, which you can't possibly sit down and watch all at once. In 2022, that same survey, they said that they were spending an average of $54 a month on those services. The best way to fight this here is, a great tip is to have one service at a time. So let's say you have that one streaming service. You're going to watch all your shows, because most of the time now they come out in seasons on that one. You're going to cancel it, go to the next one. You're going to watch all your shows, back to the next one. Maybe by the third one that you get to, the new season's already come around and you've saved a ton of money rather than having the subscriptions that you're paid for that just sit there that you never even open up because there's only a couple shows on there that you like and the new season hasn't come out. Number 12 is to speak up and always ask for discounts. It does not do you any harm. The least they could say, or the worst they could say, is no. I mean, are you a veteran? Are you a teacher? Are you a student? Are you a senior citizen? Ask for that discount. Doesn't matter if you're none of those things. If you go to a store, maybe like a store, like a Belk store, I always ask, hey, do you have a coupon? Because a lot of times those people behind the counter will actually have that weekend circular coupon that they can just scan on repeat, especially when people ask. Perhaps it's back there and they don't even think about it. Some of them do it automatically, which is great. Or they could say, download the app really quickly, pull up the coupon button, and you can use that coupon right there. You have no idea how much you could save. I mean, these coupons are anywhere from 20 to 40%. They are huge, so always ask, don't be afraid to do so. Number 13 is to make meals as if you were feeding 2 or 3 times your family size. So preparing way more than you could possibly eat at one meal. This gives you leftovers, and leftovers are fantastic for saving money and time and stress, because you can use them for multiple meals during the week, as far as lunches or dinners, and you don't have to cook. I just love making more than my family needs because I like having those extra meals on hand. Number 14, we talked about coupons and stores. Always with a store and you're going to intentionally buy something, you need a new white t-shirt or a new pair of jeans because yours are just looking ragged. Always, always, always wait for a sale. All of these stores have sales. Just wait. It will come around. Do a little research. Trust me, just wait. The sales will come. Number 15 is to change your auto deposit. So if you are able to, maybe you have auto deposit through work where the money just goes into your account, go into the office or go contact your human resources department or your paycheck, whoever they are, say, I need to change something. Because what this can do is if you can put a certain percentage automatically into another savings account and only put the remaining into your checking account, it's out of sight, out of mind. What typically happens when we want to save and we take money out of our checking account to put it aside in the savings is we feel good. We just save some money. So it's okay if I go spend that a little bit of money on this thing that I really want. It's kind of like if you work out in the morning, you did 30 minutes of cardio and you go have a donut in the afternoon. It's okay. I can have that donut. It's a reward. Whereas if you automatically change it where it's automatically out of your account, it was never seen and you don't have that same reaction of I deserve to spend because I saved, because you just don't think about it. Number 16 is to start gradually. Start gradually saving and investing. If you don't feel like you can go all in, and most people don't, I want to empower you to start small. It is okay if you can only start with $10 or $15. Don't get so caught up in the 15% rule, and if I can't do that, then I shouldn't do it at all, because that's just going to put you back behind the ball even more if you don't start. The same thing with your 401k. Maybe you can't put that 10 or 15%. So go in and start with 3. And then every 6 months, set a reminder to see if you can bump it up 2% each time. In no time at all, you're going to be at that recommended level. Don't be nervous about going into the bank to open up a bank account if you only have $50 or $100. That is okay. Do it anyway. I want to empower you to start because the start is what you need to do. And don't let the average or the typical or the recommended amounts scare you off and prevent you from starting. Number 17 is one that really bugs my bonnet, and that is things marketed to a specific group. I want to specifically talk about pink razors and women's shaving cream, which I think is ridiculous. Years ago, I switched over to the same shaver that my husband uses, the one where it has the detach, you change the heads out, and we just buy the heads in bulk at Costco. There is no reason I need a specific shaver that's colored for me, that's pink, or that's specifically made, or that I need to go and spend 3 times as much on shaving cream. Back when I used shaving cream before I started using just soap in the shower, I went and bought the super cheap men's shaving cream. You know, the big thing, you push it and it's the big white fluffy cloud that comes out. That worked just fantastic, and I spent about 20% of the cost compared to what was marketed to me. I just think it's ridiculous. So don't fall for that kind of stuff. It's not necessary. Number 18 is to start thinking more creatively about what you can repurpose. I've got a great video where I talk about 11 things not to trash that you can repurpose. I will link it down below. Check it out. Maybe it'll help open up your mind to other things that you can repurpose. Check out the comments of that video too. They are fantastic because there's a lot that people talk about that they also do with different things. It's great. But the purpose is to, again, be more creative, more critically thinking about what you already have and how you can make what you already have work for you. Number 19, sometimes, again, you can save and save and save, and you just need a little bit extra. There are so many ways, especially now, and it's growing all the time, of ways that you can make more money on the side. There are tons of videos. If you want me to do a video on all kinds of ways, I can do a lot of research and really find and dig into it of ways that you can make $100 a month, $200 a month. Think about how much $400 a month might make a difference in your life. I heard this the other day and I just thought, how did I not hear about this before? How did I not think about this? I've seen people do doggy daycare, meaning there's these places and they take their dog rather than their dog having to be at home for 11, 12 hours a day because they're at work. And they go and they spend money to have dogs go to doggy daycare. Okay, did you know that there's some sort of an app where, let's say you work from home and you have a dog, you could babysit technically somebody else's dog and make money. So you could be working from home, you have a dog, you find somebody who has a dog, the dogs get along really well, so the dogs can actually play and tire each other out and take good long fun naps while you're working, and you could be making extra money because somebody else wants their dog to do something while they're not there. I mean, it blew my mind. There are so many services out there that you could do. I can do a video. Let me know if you want me to down in the comments. Number 20 is one that I came back around to, and for a long time I've tried different methods of budgeting, and honestly, using an app on my phone, which is basically glued to hands these days, is the best thing I've ever done. And the app that I use is free. It's super simple. You literally put in your income. You literally put the exact categories. It tells you when you've reached the exact amount of income, so you know how much your income is from that month, and you know what your bills are, and you know what's left over. So maybe you want to put this amount in savings, so you have this left over for whatever extra thing you might want to do. It's fantastic. Simple, easy to use. It's the EveryDollar app. I love it. Again, you can pay for the advanced version, but it's not necessary. I don't use it whatsoever. It's completely free to me. I love it. If there are any other apps that you love, let me know. But I just found that writing things down, having a piece of paper, it was too much for me to keep up with. It would fall. I couldn't find a pen. I can sit at a stoplight after I've gone and made a purchase, and rather than rifle around for a pen, I can pick up my phone from my purse, type it in real quick, and I'm done. There is a comment box down below. Put in that comment box any of these tips that you like, that you want to start using. I would love to hear which ones you enjoyed the most. Also, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel. I would love to have you back for more videos.